Hi everyone, week 15, Brian McManus real estate market update. We are looking at some major changes, I suppose, and we're lucky in most senses that it's an auction market first, so we see it in real time. Others may not see it as quickly, but it evolves that way. So let's get right into it. We are looking at we're only a bit over 7 days from auction day. Previous, obviously, we had properties pass in, and that was a direct reflection of the market moving so rapidly that the vendors certainly weren't ready for it, and neither was I, I'd have to say. I didn't think that we had entry-level pubs, 3 entry-level pubs, that the buyers would stop so dramatically, so quickly, and then leave so quickly as well. So spirited bidding got to a level, and they just couldn't go any further, and the vendors were at the level that they wanted and not what the market expectation was. So over the next 48 hours, the buyers get what they call buyer's remorse, because of the intense level of that's put on them during the auction process, I suppose. And then they don't tend to come back to the market for another 90 to 120 days, but also their expectations of buying ability has dropped. So that's the reality of what happened at the auction, and we'll isolate that a wee bit. So that can happen at any auction and in any market. But the alarming fact is that we'll call it the Trump effect, and it is to a certain degree, and have prices been overvalued? They possibly have, and that's what it is proving, that the buyers now have less buying capacity. The books, hotels, motels, caravan parks, you must be putting everything through, including your cash. You don't put your cash through, you are not getting paid 1 red cent for that. So also you've got to show a profit. This obsession with not showing a profit, not paying tax, is killing your sale value. So your accountant might be saving you a few dollars, but it's costing you thousands and your hundreds of thousands in your sale price, and it's certainly millions. So be mindful of that when you come to the market, that you are putting every red cent through so that we can show a net profit, your highest net profit possible, so that the buyer can actually buy with confidence, pay more, knowing what you're doing, what you're trading. Now, telling me or the buyer, oh, but we're taking more, doesn't cut it. It really doesn't. It's not cutting it in the market today, market for the next foreseeable future, and who knows, I can't predict that, but the training sessions I'm coming off out of the States, they are out of the States predicting 3 to 5 years. So long and short of it is pricing. So let's say I've got nothing to do with your property at the moment, and you haven't sold for a period of time. That means you're overpriced. If you haven't had an offer inside the like we call it a month of marketing for the auctions, you don't get an offer, there's something wrong with your price expectation, your position, or your presentation. So taking that into account, you're looking at I've just run this through with some of my clients. You've got to say that you're 10 to 20% over the market immediately. So, and that was the previous market. That was prior to our March 28 auction. So let's say February. That gives you the February price prior to, before Trump. We'll call it before Trump. And I don't have any problem with this tariffs, by the way. So, before Trump, you're 10 to 20% over. Take that off you. Let's say you're expecting $1 million. Now you're down to 800 value. Now take 25% off, because that's where the market, the true market is for your property. So we're looking at say 700, 600 to 700. That's the market value today. You've gone from $1 million to 700. That's where the buyers will be able to raise money on your hotel, motel, caravan park at $1 million. I'll let that sink in, because it's as an agent, I'm here to get you the maximum price. As an agent, I'm still here to sell you out of your property so you can move on with your life. Now, your decision to hold the property will just mean that you are holding it, and it's devaluing as you hold it. It's not going to increase in value for the foreseeable future. So holding it, you're not going to get more money than you would have got today at auction. In fact, chances are you're going to get less. Things you can help by putting all your cash through. Things that can help. Any deferred maintenance. Now, you're not going to get all this money back. You've got to forget that investing in deferred maintenance, you get that sum back. That doesn't happen. If you invest, I can't explain this more. Let's say you own a motel and you've got extra land, or a hotel and you've got extra land. You've got $300,000. You invest $100,000 in 3 transportable deluxe studio units that rent $150 a night every day of the week. That is capital. That will raise your income. Not only do you have them for $150 a night, you also sell them a beer and a meal, or a beer and a wine and a meal. So that increases your turnover and net profit. Put a roof on, that's deferred maintenance, and it costs you $100 grand. That's just deferred maintenance. You've got to have a roof. Sorry. My normal little tripod, I hate to say it, it's a bit of dust, and I haven't been able to get to an office work to get another one. So I've got my semi-large one, but the wind caught it. So yeah, it's major. Oh, you'll probably want to see Rich. He's having all these snooze at the moment. That's the first major. The second major is that we've turned down 40% of our appraisals so far in the last probably 7 days. What does that tell you? That tells you that some properties now will not sell. The options of selling are limited. The buyers are limited. So we have changed the way that we do business dramatically, and this will be for at least the next 36 48 months minimum. The budget marketing campaigns that we were running for certain properties, they're now gone. They're gone because if you can't afford a normal marketing campaign, your business is in strife. If you're looking at selling and you think you can sell your property without marketing it properly, good luck, because the amount of stock that's about to hit the market is astronomical in motels, hotels and caravan parks. People with a lot of debt out there that got through COVID and borrowed and borrowed and stole, it's all coming to a point. The other thing to watch out there are I don't know how to put it any other way, the con men. They're going to come in with incredible deals to buy your hotel, motel or caravan park with no money at all levels. Now, we've just had contact with one guy at a pub level of, let's say its value was 400, he paid 1.3. He also bought a lodge for 7 million with no money. So they are out there, they're a dime a dozen at the moment. Be very wary, make sure your agents are doing credit references, everything. And believe me, this one bloke, we couldn't find anything on Google about him, and it took a solicitor to actually dig down a long way, and eventually it's beginning to unravel. You'll see him in the Sydney Morning Herald probably tomorrow, Wednesday. Double spread, I believe. So anyway, let's move on. The market is moving. Shivers. Sorry, I'm getting messages left, right and centre here, and catching phones, and you can't see me, and here I am. The market is moving. Properties are going to sell. The auctions. Okay, let's talk success rates for a minute. 3% of general agencies, 3% of general agencies, open agencies, multiple agents will sell. 48% of sole agencies will sell. 84% of auctions will sell. There's the statistics, and that's why I do auctions. So if you want to sell, our auctions are working. You've got to listen to the buyers now. If you don't listen to the buyers at the auction, boy, it's sad news. So give us a call, Brian, 040-297-0217, Brian at brianmcmanusrealestate.com. We can help you sell your property, but man, got to be fast. I don't know how long these prices are going to hold. They're scaling down at the moment. I don't know where the cliff is, where it's really going to drop off, and when the buyers are just going to disappear. So get in quick. Next 90 days, vital to get you to the market. Get a proper marketing campaign done now. Discount budget campaigns are gone. When I started in '86, the options were 1,800, 2,200 and 3,000 on $50,000 to $100,000 sales in resi, and people were doing it back then. They understood marketing. Now, if your hotel or motel can't afford a $10,000 marketing campaign, gotta ask the question, man, are you really profitable at all? So give us a call. We're on the road. We've got, we did 29 appraisals, 18 submissions out. We're looking at bringing the ones in that we think we can sell. The others, I'm afraid we can't help them. So get in now, because it's going to be interesting times.